Hello there, and welcome to a playthrough of American 3D Pool on the Commodore 64. So this is an absolutely fantastic game. Lots of variation packed into 64Ks of memory. So this is 3 games in one. So you get the ability to play pool, either against an opponent or by yourself. You get to play billiards, which is a slightly unusual game. And then you've also got a trick shot mode, which is a lot of fun as well. So let's dive straight in. So let's go and play pool. So we can play pool either as a single player game, or you can play against either a real person sitting next to you. Unfortunately, I don't have one of them. So you can also play against the computer. And then you can play as a tournament, which is a lot of fun. So I'll just play the one player game, give you an idea of how it all works. So you've got this geometric table in front of you, and you can flip the table by pressing the V key, which is quite cool. On the left, you can see that you get a number of balls and a number of shots per ball. So this is where they've turned it into a sort of game rather than just letting you play away. So if you don't pop balls within a certain number of shots, you basically lose a life, is how they're doing it. So you hold down the fire key to do the power, and then if you play with the mouse settings, you can also add some spin. So I'm going to add some back spin. So bang, bang, bang. A lot of fun. So as you can see, it's quite well rendered for a game of this time. It's quite smooth. The whole game itself is a lot of fun. The only slight problem that you have is because it's quite blocky. Sometimes it can be quite awkward to actually line up your shot. So you have to get a knack basically of where to put your cursor so that you can actually play a good shot. So I'm just going to try and get this yellow one in. I don't think I'm going to do it. Oh, and in it goes. So well done me. Foul shot. So let's try that again. I'm just going to see if I can tickle the blue one in. Okay, let's give it a whack. Nope, I didn't think so. Oh, I didn't get away with it either on the other side, but I've got two over the pockets, that's not a problem. So I'm just going to put this orange one in, hit it quite hard so I get around the table. That was the idea anyway. I love the way that the ball return sounds like an explosion, just like in the real world. And I didn't do very well there, did I? Oops a daisy. So that's pool, which is all very exciting. If you press the slash key, you can return back to the main menu. It's not obvious what all the controls are with this, so you have to do a bit of a Google to find out what you're doing. So I'm going to set up a pool tournament and knockout, and this is against basically me and the computer. So as you can see, there are 8 different computer levels plus yourself. Sorry, 7 different levels plus yourself, and the numbers denote how good they are. So I'm against computer 8, who's going to be a strong player. The balls have now changed to being the red and the yellow rather than just the multicolored, because you're playing against another opponent. So I have the option of just giving these a whack, seeing what pops in. So I'm going to try and pot the yellow, but at the same time put some spin on so it'll disturb all the other things. Oh yes, absolutely superb. The crowd is on its feet. I know it says the best of 5 frames, but once you get the general gist of this game, it actually flows quite fast. Oops, sorry, I didn't press the right key there. Never mind. But you can rattle through some of these games pretty quickly. So the computer now has 2 shots, so you get to see the computer trying to play a game, and nope, that wasn't very good. And the computer snookered himself as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So let's see what the computer does here. Not a lot, yes. And that doesn't look quite right either, so oh well. Oh, fluke. Absolute fluke. So I suppose this is the the only negative about this game. I suppose you can, if you're playing this through an emulator, you can warp through it, I suppose, if you don't really want to watch what the computer is doing. So this is me back in it, but as you can see, there's not a lot I can do here. So I am just going to send the yellow back up the table, or completely mess it up, but I got away with that. As you can see, the computer is absolutely snookered again, which is marvellous. So let's see what the computer does. And gets away with it, and nearly gets a fluke again. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it's biased, but there you go. So let's see if we can knock that one in. You've got to be gentle with the middle pocket. Not good, not good. And I've given the computer 2 easy shots to pick from. Yep. So I could be very well on my way out here. Let's see what just happens with this frame, and then I will reset the game. You never know. You never know. Let's give it another whirl. Oh, at last. And what I'm going to do is to send this up the table and hide, because I can't really pot this as it stands. Yeah, so if the computer can win it from here, well done to the computer. So from the sort of general Commodore point of view, Commodore 64 point of view, it's very, very well designed. It's very playable. It's very fast as well. You know, you've got all these graphics calculations going along, and it's just bombing away. It's so well done, and all the little sound effects and everything they add to the atmosphere. It's not too embedded in the rules either. You can just get on and play a game, and you don't have to worry about some of the nuances. It's most playable. Do I get another go at this? What should we go in off? Absolutely guaranteed this to go in off. There we go. Oh, no I didn't. And I may have messed it up for the computer as well. So as you can see, it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to reset the game now, and I move on to the billiards. So billiards, it's a very, it's an English game, very sort of quirky. The idea with billiards is that it's not necessarily about potting balls. It's also about doing what are called cannons, which is hitting both balls at the same time. There's all sorts of other variations which are very sort of subtle. So I will try and show you what I mean. So the idea with this shot is to hit both the yellow and the red. So I need to be quite gentle and put some speed on. Yep, so as you can see, I've scored 2 points. The other thing you can do to get points is to go in off, which obviously in the snooker game, the pool game, you don't really want to do. Also, if you pot these balls, oh, and I've messed up the power. Oh, dearie me. You don't get them back until the end of your turn, which I'm not sure is the proper rules of billiards, but you know, it's just a game. Try that. Yay! So yes, I don't get the cue ball back, or the other cue ball back. So I'm just gonna have to play around with this red ball. So again, it's quite a quirky game, quite a quirky variation. But again, it's a lot of fun. Okay, and then the final game with this is the trick shot game, which is again very good. So what you get 10 different trick shots that you can try, plus you can actually make your own trick shot up, which is such a nice thing to have. So here's the trick shot number 1. So the idea with this is that you have to try and pot all 6 balls. I'll see if I can remember how you did this. Was it that? No. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can't quite remember how you pot the blue one. Let's try that again. There we go. So there you are. Trick shot number 1 done. I am the master. I am Steve Davis. And then you can just keep selecting different ones. Pot all 5 balls. Pot 4 balls. And then different variations. This is quite a nice one if I remember rightly, because it's almost like a little snake. If you smack this one right, the rest should follow. Let's see what happens. And is it going to creep in? Yeah, so that's quite good fun as well. So this is an absolutely superb little game. Hours and hours and hours of fun. The competition mode, whatever they call it, tournament mode, is a lot of fun. The only slight problem with the tournament mode is it's got no real sort of variations. The best computer player always wins, regardless of however the other games go. So it's a little bit artificial, but you know, for a game from the Commodore 64, it has a lot of depth. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, make any comments, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you.